All right, everyone, strap in. Today, we're at a job center in Islington, and things are about to get tense. We've got G4S security, government data handling, and a civilian armed only with a camera and a knowledge of his rights. GDPR violations, rude staff, and a looming police visit. You won't believe how quickly a calm visit escalates into a showdown over legality, authority, and common sense. Stay tuned. This one tests patience, procedure, and the thin line between civil and criminal enforcement.
This job centre just finished up at Islington. This is right across the road. So yeah, we're just going to have a little look. They've got updated opening hours, recording equipment not permitted, but then how is that enforceable? As always.
Yes, sir.
You're right, mate. How you doing?
Yes. You have an appointment?
No, I don't have an appointment. Thank you. What's that for? Is that the appointment list?
Yeah.
Oh, G4. Are you G4S?
Yes.
G4S shouldn't be handling that. It's against data protection rules. I have it on good authority from G4S themselves.
To do it.
You're not allowed to handle that information. I did a freedom of information request with G4S. You're not allowed to handle that. It has to be job centre employees. So yeah, that really shouldn't be handling that. You're not trained under data protection to handle that information. That's people's private information, that.
Check this out. Here's the first major red flag. A security guard is handling personal appointment information without the proper training. The auditor points out that G4 isn't legally allowed to handle this data. It's DWP's responsibility. That's not just nitpicking. It's a classic GDPR violation. Names, addresses, sensitive details, completely visible. It raises the question. How many people walk past every day, completely exposed? And notice the guard's reaction, defensive, yet legally out of his depth. Who's responsible here? The contractor, the government, or both?
We've got another one there with that QR code. That one's probably easier to pause and scan. Sorry, love, you're right if I just reach over, you just get a picture of these. Is that right? You're right, I just need to reach over just so I can get them in the picture. Thank you, it's very kind.
33,000 a year you can earn. 33,000 a year you can earn, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good. 33,000's it's all right. Well, for London, it's average, I suppose. Yeah. There we go. That should be covered up as well. Look at all that personal information that I've just taken a picture of. All that personal information is on display for everybody, my friend. It shouldn't be on display, should it? That's names, details. What's it got on there?
I don't think that's a person you should be addressing.
No, it's not. It is, but you know, like, yeah, I agree. But yeah, that shouldn't be on display, my friend. That should be covered up. You know, because it's got people's names and things on it, my friend. Yeah, data protection, exactly, my love. It's got the name, company name, work address.
Sign in.
Yes, of course they need to sign in, but you need to keep it covered when it's not in use.
I'm not being rude to you.
No, I appreciate that, and I'm not trying to be rude to you.
Now, the tension spikes, but not over the data. Watch how staff treat citizens. Condescending tones, snappy replies, utterly unacceptable for government employees. The auditor doesn't just point it out. He frames it as protection for the public. This isn't bureaucracy gone wild. It's real people being treated disrespectfully. And the subtle irony. We pay for these services with our taxes, yet some staff act as though accountability doesn't exist. Ever been spoken to like that while paying for a service? Drop a comment. How would you respond?
Very bureaucratic, very bureaucratic.
Work it out. What a way for a government employee to talk to a citizen. Very disgusting. That attitude is disgusting, my friends. Yeah, but it's not the attitude. You need to be more polite and courteous. That attitude is unacceptable.
By the way, who you are? You didn't introduce yourself to me.
I don't need to introduce myself. That's an unacceptable way for a government employee to address a citizen.
And then come and say whatever you want to. That is not acceptable.
It is. Well, they're doing it to that citizen, and they're government employees. They work for the government. They need to be more respectful.
Very nicely to the guy.
He did not. Did you hear what he was saying? It's all on the camera. It's all picked up. That was not an acceptable way.
It's not.
Pardon?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. It's the way that... No, it's the attitude that they gave them whilst they were telling them. It was a very bad attitude. Very bad. The things that he was saying, the tone of his voice that he was saying in it was unacceptable for a government employee to say to a citizen. They are a government employee. Yes.
Him obviously was trying to explain the reason why he is late.
Yes, and I appreciate...
Fine.
Yeah, and that's fair enough.
That was what they were dealing with him.
Yes, but
what more would you have expected
it's the way that he spoke to the person. It's the way that he spoke to him, and it was very snappy, it was very rude, it was very condescending. It was not an acceptable way for a government employee.
Before you come in,
no, it's okay. No, because I'll
The other guy also wasn't listening to the
whether or not a citizen is listening, he's a government employee.
They're both
Okay.
human beings.
Yes, I know, and I appreciate that, but he's a government.
Here's a classic clash. The infamous no recording equipment sign. Policies are not laws. The auditor highlights a contradiction. The staff ban cameras, but smartphones are allowed, which are recording devices. This creates a legal gray zone. The staff insist on policy over law, escalating the tension. And that's the teaching moment. Always know your rights. Filming in public areas of government buildings is usually lawful. But watch closely. These moments often trigger calls to the police, testing both knowledge and nerves.
You're being very calm, despite the fact that I'm challenging, you're being very calm about it. This is what I expect from them when they're talking to a citizen, when they are a government employee. Okay? We pay for this service with our taxes. We don't expect to be spoken to condescendingly by our...
Paying taxes,
Yes, yeah, they are, but they're paying taxes from money that we pay them. We pay them from our taxes, and then they pay taxes from that. You know, and that's how it works. It's like our taxes cover your wages while you're working here because you're hired through DWP. You have a contract with them. So like when you pay taxes, it's coming out of money that we've already paid our taxes. You're paying taxes out of taxes. Okay? So yes, we fund... Pardon?
What do you do?
I record public information in public places, and when I see things like that go wrong, because I'm recording, that evidence will now go up to... Yes, this will now go up to the MP for DWP. I'll be sending them an email directly with the link to view the footage and letting them know about the attitude of the staff here.
So you've been doing that for how long?
Oh, quite a while. Quite a long time.
The response you got is what?
Quite positive. I've had, so in situations like this, I've had G4S security assault me with no reasonable grounds, and I've managed to get them fired. Yep.
Yeah, and obviously you're entitled to your opinion,
Sure.
but we can't actually have you film in here. You actually come in for under license, got the message up front.
It says there's no recording equipment allowed. So is that no recording equipment? It doesn't say no recording, it says no recording equipment. So that unless you're banning blanketly everybody to bring a mobile phone in here, then I will accept your argument, unless you're doing that.
Yeah, but we still
There you go.
cannot.
I suggest you bring up the policy on it, because I'm aware that there's a memo from March this year that says that people are allowed to record in a public place. Okay, because this is not an appointment-only job centre, it would state so on the door. I'm allowed to come in and look at the information. That makes this a public place, and therefore I'm allowed to record. It clearly states it in the memo.
Absolutely.
Okay.
However, but you walk in here under license, which specifies there's no recording.
It doesn't.
It does.
The memo
There's a
from the
sign up there.
DWP states
Either
otherwise.
way, I'll ask you to stop recording.
I'm not going to stop
Okay.
recording.
Or
I'm not going to stop recording. I'm sorry, but you've started recording me without letting me know.
No. It is my responsibility because we've been told you people are not supposed to, without permission.
we're going to ask you, please stop recording. I don't give you permission to record us.
Okay. I don't give you permission to record me. How about that one?
All right. So our next step will be to call the police. Okay.
No, they're just across the road. You can run over and grab them.
How about we just stop everything in peace and then just move on to,
Unfortunately, I can't do that because, like I said, there have been things going on here that I've noticed as soon as I've walked in the door that are data breaches. there are attitudes from the DWP staff that are unacceptable. Okay, and now they said they're going to call the police.
Now we hit a crucial legal pivot: civil trespass. In the UK, if you're not committing a crime or causing a breach of the peace, the police have no authority to remove you. That's right. The auditor is completely within his rights, but it's subtle. The staff don't understand the distinction, and they call the police anyway. This is a textbook example of why knowledge of civil law matters. It's calm strategy versus knee-jerk reaction, and it shows how quickly authority can be misused when people aren't trained.
Coming up, a calm conversation turns into a threat of force based on a provable lie. You won't believe the officer's sudden shift.
Then what I'm going to do next is wait for the police to come. So I'm just going to wait for the police to come, because I don't want them coming here and then have to go looking for me. That's a waste of their time further, and I don't want to waste the police's time. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue recording the information that's available to the public. I really appreciate how calm and professional you've been. You've been very good. It's not often you get that from G4S, unfortunately. That's blank on the other side, so is that one. You know, it's just the way that, you know the sign on the door, he was saying it says no recording equipment allowed, but then you got QR codes for people to come and scan, so it's a very old sign that needs updating.
I realise there are other people down here that
Oh sure, and I'll blank them out, yeah, absolutely, like I'll blank them out of any footage. That I'm not here to film claimants, that's not what I'm here to
So
do.
you basically looking for a rule that says mobile phone is not shouldn't record.
But yeah, there is no rule that says that, unfortunately.
You're looking for that specific word, mobile phones.
Well,
But
not
mobile
necessarily.
phone could also be a recording.
It could, so exactly. So you can't ban people from using recording equipment when a mobile phone is a recording equipment.
You use it to take a photo of there, right? If you're
Exactly.
looking for a job, but
Yeah.
recording is just something that you're exposing other
Not
people's
really.
faces.
Not really.
People are holding it. You just mentioned earlier that to my colleague, you
Mm-hmm.
said that this is the list is DWP.
Sure.
Yes, but when you do recording, you're also exposing people who.
No, because if I put that anywhere visible to the public, I will always make sure that I blank out any personal information. Now, that's the thing. The police have no power to kick me out from here. Like, unless I'm being aggressive towards you, which obviously I'm not, and if you said I was, that would be a lie. But if I was being aggressive towards you, they could get involved. But at the moment, if anybody asked me to leave, it would become a civil issue. It's called civil trespass, which the police have no power to get involved with. So the police have no power to kick anybody out. And that's why I like to wait and make sure the situation is cleared up with the police, because I don't want them then looking for me to come and find me, entertain me and question me on the street. It's wasting their time looking around for me. What's the point? And I need these people to understand that they can't call the police on things like that. This is a public place in a government building that we pay for. We have the right to come and have a look around.
So you're gonna stay there until then?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
You're a man of your words.
Pardon?
You stick with your words.
Oh, absolutely. You've got to have conviction in a job like this. You can't.
I'm just to separate you lot in peace.
Pardon, sorry?
I'm just to separate both of you lot in peace, and then you
Yeah.
live in peace.
I mean, I will leave in peace, absolutely. But yeah, only when some education has been learnt, unfortunately. So like I said, I'm on this phone, I can't. But yeah, I actually have a copy of the memo from the DWP that...
Check this out. The auditor isn't just making claims. He backs it up with facts. A Freedom of Information request confirms G4S cannot legally handle claimant data. That's evidence, not opinion. This is why documentation is critical in audits. It's not about confrontation. It's about accountability. And notice the officer's body language when this is explained. Suddenly, the room has facts, and the tension shifts from a potential arrest to a legal lesson. This is the difference between assumption and evidence-based authority.
To my colleague, who On GDPR's website, there is no way that says you can use the list.
No, I did a freedom of information request with to G4S to ask. Actually, no, I did it to DWP actually. So I did a freedom of information request to DWP because they're a government body. They have to respond within certain timeframes and they have to give you information that you request. So I requested information saying.
I'm talking about the personal data.
Yeah. I'm against that. So I did a freedom of information request and I asked the question: can you provide me with the information that says G4S are allowed to handle appointment lists and personal information of claimants? And they responded saying G4S are not allowed to do this. That is not in your contract. Your contract is to stand here, be security, observe, intervene with any security issues. But you should not be handling. You can say to somebody when they come in, do you have an appointment? Yes, okay, then go see this member of staff and they'll deal with you. But you should not be looking at people's personal information. It's not in your remit. It's not in your training to handle people's private information. The DWP were very clear on it. So when I see that for me, data breaches are a huge thing for me, especially in a government building. It's very unacceptable.
But it doesn't look like it's data breaching. All we did was like help those people at home to allocate them.
Yes, but now without the correct training.
That make life a little bit easier.
Okay.
But
How you doing?
Good yourself?
Not too bad. Be better.
So all good?
Be better if the police hadn't been called on me.
So what's your issue? You got any problems?
Got no
or
issues
you just
at all.
recording?
I've got issues, but nothing that you have the authority to deal with. It has to go through the Information Commissioner office, so it's outside of your remit. So I'm not going to bother you with it.
Okay. So you're just going to sit here and record, or did you want to talk to one of the members of the staff, or was it
I've already spoken to the members of staff, but they don't seem to be taking on board anything that I've given them advice on.
So what was your queries to them?
No queries, advice.
What was your advice?
The fact that the G4S security shouldn't be handling personal information, they don't have the correct training. I have word from DWP on that. And just the way that they were speaking to claimants when I came in and I was like recording some information on the leaflets, and I could overhear the way that they were talking to a claimant was very rude, condescending, and just generally disgusting. Not the way you would expect a government employee to talk to a citizen. It was very rude, so I said to them that that's unacceptable, and I will be reporting that to the appropriate person, who will be the MP for the DWP. I'll be reporting that directly to them.
That's the correct way to go.
Absolutely,
with it, so.
yeah. So I was just recording, and then they said, you need to stop recording. I said, no, it's a public place, I can record here. And they said, well, they're going to call the police. And I said, well, if they're going to waste your time to get you here, I'm not going to make you waste your time then looking for me. I'll wait for you, so you can tell them that I'm in a public place, I can record, you can't kick me out, and then we can all move on with our day.
And here it is, the flashpoint. Staff claimed the auditor was asked to leave. The officer immediately threatens physical removal. But wait, civil trespass doesn't justify force. Officers are supposed to verify before acting. Yet, in seconds, we see potential overreach. Policy isn't law. Trespass is civil. And always remember, cameras catch inconsistencies. This is why recording matters. What would you do if faced with a police officer acting beyond their remit? Let us know in the comments.
Are you dealing with...
No, I just came in to have a look around at the information on the boards and stuff and to see how this job centre was handling people's data, something that I'd taken interest in, government bodies.
Can I just ask, are you recording?
I am, yes.
Okay, so we're also recording.
There we go, finally got there. I was going to pull you up on that because it was a bit late on that one.
Okay.
You should have told me as soon as you turned your camera on.
Were you recording conversations with...
No, I was recording information in a conversation I overheard. The camera might have picked it up, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But even if it did, they shouldn't be having that conversation in a public place, should they?
Okay. Obviously, there's an expectation of privacy if claimants are sitting at the desk over there. It's a sort of cordoned off area.
No, it's not cordoned off at all, though, is it?
There's privacy screens.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. I was at the desk where all that public information. So the issue there comes. Well, if I'm recording, if I'm not recording, okay, and I overhear a private conversation and I overhear private details, that's still a data breach, whether I've recorded it or not. The fact I've heard it is the data breach.
I'm not really interested in data breaches.
I am. I really am.
It's not our business.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said to you as the ICO. That's why I didn't really want to bother you with it.
You've been asked to leave by staff, so you have to leave.
I haven't been asked to leave at all.
Do you want this gentleman to leave?
Don't solicit a trespass. Don't solicit a trespass and nod your head. Who are you? What's your collar number there?
1798.
1798 CN.
Just told me he's asked you to
And
leave.
CN22. Well, he's lied to you then. He's lied to you. It's all recorded on camera, so he's lied to you.
Yeah, he's saying he's never been asked to leave.
Mm-hmm.
You just confirm that you've asked him to leave.
You've asked me to stop recording.
And you continue to record.
Yeah, you never once asked me to leave.
Okay, so can we just confirm you're no longer...
So you're still soliciting a trespass?
Can you just confirm to me, for his benefit, because there's obviously a bit of debate over this, is he welcome on the premises or not?
No. If he can leave because he's refusing to stop recording us.
Can you be clearer than that?
Okay. In that case, is that something that you two can get involved in?
Well, you're not trespassing.
Is that a police matter?
We will assist him in removing
It's a
him, yes.
civil issue. You don't have the power.
We will assist him in
That's a
removing
civil
him.
issue.
Sorry, I'm not going to argue this with you. We will assist him in removing you. I'm aware it's a civil matter. I know what I'm doing.
Well, you clearly don't.
We will assist him in removing you.
Okay.
And we will use reasonable force to do that.
You don't have the power to do that. This is not my first rodeo here, Constable.
I get your auditing, it's fine.
It's not,
I
exactly.
know what I'm doing and I know my
You really
process.
don't, clearly, because you're threatening to put hands on me.
So, there's an easy way to do this and there's a difficult way.
Yeah, the easy way.
So, what's the takeaway? This case highlights the collision of security procedures, civil rights, and professional responsibility. Data breaches, rude staff, and premature police involvement demonstrate systemic issues. The auditor handled it with patience, knowledge, and evidence, showing how understanding the law can protect citizens and enforce accountability. If you found this case as shocking as we did, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom and public service breakdowns.